I got a little surprise. My mom is going to be joining me on the next series. What's going on, everybody? It has been a minute since I did a workout video, and I know some of you guys are commenting down in the section below saying, hey, can you do another 45-day challenge? Yes, it will be coming out, but I thank you so much for your patience as there's a few changes. So obviously, as you can see from my background, I'm not in the normal space that I'm usually recording and working on a little bit of a side project at the moment. If you haven't heard the announcement, go check out the video right here. I announced it in my last video, so definitely go check it out. But today's gonna be a special workout. It's a little series that I've created. I'm back home and I got a little surprise. My mom is gonna be joining me on the next series. So yes, of course, a lot of you guys are hardcore workout guys, but I'm gonna actually tone it down just a notch. So my mom actually, she works out more on like stretches and just like daily active and movements like that. And so I actually want to help her improve a little bit in terms of strength in addition to her mobility exercises right now. So we're gonna work on that. It's gonna be like a 3 to 4 part series. For those of you moms at home who feel like you need to move around, but just walking around in circles just isn't enough, this might be for you. It's gonna take no more than 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna be super simple today. We're gonna do a bunch of stretching exercises for about 20 seconds each, and then we're gonna do 5 exercises. Each exercise, we're only doing 10 reps. We're gonna get a quick water break, and then we're gonna do a second lap, okay? So we're gonna get right into it, guys. The very first thing we're gonna do is warm up. Let's go. All right, guys, let's start things off with a quick warm up. We're gonna do some hip rotation. So hands on the hips, and we're just rotating from side to side. Just a couple on one side. 3, 2, 1, switch it over, rotating on the other side. Nice big circles, get those hips moving, warmed up. 3, 4, 5. All right, next up, we're doing something called knee hug. So you're gonna take one knee and you're gonna hug it up into your chest as high as you can, release and switch over. Also a couple times on each side. How you feeling? You feeling the burn yet?
Nope.
One more. All right, next we're gonna do a hip abduction. For those of you who don't know the difference between abduction and adduction, abduction means that your limb is moving away from the center of your body. So you're gonna take that one knee up and you're gonna rotate it out and away from your body. Switch it up, rotates, good. Abducting away, making sure that we're switching. You're gonna feel maybe some clicks in your hips, especially if you're working from home a lot, you're sitting down, really wanna make sure that you open up those hips. Keep going, keep going.
I can't balance myself.
Good. Slow and steady, guys. It's okay. You don't have to go fast. I'm going fast because I'm used to it. For someone like my mom who doesn't always do this kind of movement, really want to just work on making sure that the whole base or the sole of your foot is on the ground. Okay, so working a little bit on balance is good.
Getting improvements now.
All right, guys. Next up, we're gonna do a reverse lunge into a twist. So you're gonna take a step backwards. Okay. You're gonna drop the back knee and then bend the front knee. And you're just gonna twist off to the front knee. So my mom has her left foot out, right foot out, so she's gonna turn to the right side. I've got my left knee out, so I'm gonna turn to my left side. You're gonna step back into your original spot and then reverse the other side. Good. Now a couple pointers, keep going. For me, I dropped my knee down relatively low because I can. For you guys, just go as far as you can. You can probably take a longer step out. That way you can drop the back knee closer to the ground without hitting the floor. Once again, you want to engage your core. You want to try to find your balance. Okay? Next up, we're going to do some lying stretches. It's going to work on the hamstrings and the lower back. So I'm going to get you to lie down, Mom. We're doing a hamstring stretch. All right. So from here, we're lying down. We got one leg into the sky. And you're just gonna pull on the backside of your leg towards your chest as far as you can until you feel that stretch on the back part of your leg. 3, 2, 1. Switch it up, other side. Nice and controlled. You don't need to tug too hard. You just need to pull just enough so that you feel that stretch. Try to keep your leg as straight as possible. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Each side. 3, 2, 1, switch, last one. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Still on our backs, we're doing a dynamic lumbar stretch. My mom and I are lying pretty close to each other, but you can still probably do it, especially if you're on your own. You're gonna have one leg into the sky, and then you're gonna swing it over to the opposite side. The toe has to try to hit the floor. Try to keep both your shoulders on the ground. Relax, 3, 2, 1, switch it over, switch sides, and throw the leg down. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, all right. So, very first exercise, 10 reps, we are doing something called good mornings. Essentially, it's like a deadlift, Romanian deadlift position, but we got no weights, no nothing, just stretching, working on the hamstrings again. And as we come up, we're gonna try to start strengthening the lower back. So simply, you can have your hands in front of your chest, and we're just going to hinge at our hips, push our bum backwards, keeping our chest up nice and proud as we push backwards. While you lower your torso, you do not need to bend your knees too much. Just a slight crack in your knees, okay? So let's give that a try. Pushing the hips backwards, keep your chest up nice and proud, neck is neutral. Once your chest is parallel to the floor and you feel that stretch in the backside of your legs, we're gonna come on back up. All right, that's 1. Here we go. Slow and steady, not a race. 2, 3, 4. We are halfway, easy peasy, right? Not too bad. If you feel like you're not getting enough of a stretch, go deeper into your good morning. So my mom's gonna keep going, okay? The most important thing is try to keep your shoulder blades together, keeping your chest proud, push your hips backwards. Good. You can have that slight crack in the knee, slight bend. Yep, oh, a little too much. Yep, there you go, perfect. And we're gonna continue to try to keep that shoulder blade together. Slight bend in the knee, good. 2 more. Last one, good form. Excellent, try not to bend those knees too much. All right, next up, we are gonna go into a squat. So we're gonna have our feet at shoulder or hip width distance. You can point your toes outwards slightly if you need to. The reason for some people saying, hey, squats, you need to have your toes pointing forward is they really want to just work a different muscle of the leg. But it's going to feel a lot more comfortable if you just point your toes out at about 45-degree angle, especially if your hips are super tight. And if you're working from home, I know that they are, so don't feel bad if your toes need to point outwards, okay? So, ready? We're dropping the bum down. Once again, we're keeping our chest up nice and proud. When you squat down into the movements, try your best not to turn your shoulders in and hunch over, okay? So, you ready? All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. You can have your hands out here. You can have your hands in front of you, whatever helps you find your balance. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're going down as low as we can and back up, okay? Try to keep your heel and your toes grounded on the floor the whole time. Excellent, that's 3. Good, 4, 5, you're halfway, keep going. Oh, my mom's got great form. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, I'm joining the fun. 10 and rest, shake it off. All right, next up, we're gonna do push-ups, but I've regressed it so that even if you don't have the strength to do a push-up right now, you can still start building that strength. If you can do a push-up on your feet, fantastic, you do that. I'm gonna get my mom to do wall push-ups because her upper body strength isn't as strong, and we're gonna build that up slowly over time. Okay, so against the wall, all you need to do is have your body angled away from the wall, so you're about 2 to 3 feet away, okay? Essentially, you're gonna drop your upper body towards the wall, and you're gonna bend your elbows backwards towards your body, 45 degrees, just as if you were doing it on the floor. If you feel like your feet are too close and it's too easy, take a step back, and then further, and then further, and then try it on the floor. Okay, so 10 times, here we go. 3, 2, 1, we go. Easy peasy. It's like we're pushing the wall away from us, right? Keep going, excellent. Now, you'll notice my mom's throwing her elbows off to the side a little bit. If you don't mind just tucking them a little closer towards the body. Yes, perfect. Okay? So that's a slight difference in terms of how you angle your elbows. When you start doing these on the floor, you definitely don't want to flare your elbows out because you're going to put a lot more strain on your shoulders. How many you at? You done? All right, cool. Next up, we're going to do some balance and core movement. So we're going to do something called kneeling bird dogs. So I'm going to get you onto a tabletop position. All right, so we're in that tabletop position. You're on your knees. Okay, here we go. Opposite foot kicks out, opposite hand comes up, and back in the tabletop. Easy peasy. Now, all we need to do for this one here, guys, is really brace our core as we stretch out. You don't have to hold for too long. Come back and switch sides. If that is still too hard for you, all you need to do is tap on the floor, okay? Tap, tap, and if you're feeling strong and you're like, yo, Mace, this is way too easy, throw that hand and leg into the sky, kicking backwards. Good. Now, as you do that, you might feel your body wobble. We're gonna try to keep our body as still as possible, really engage the core, work on that balance. How many more you got?
I exceeded.
Oh, wow, okay, let's stop there.
I was cheating for a couple because I lost my balance.
Okay, so the last exercise we're doing is a hip thruster. We're gonna work on the lower back, the glutes, and the legs a little bit. So I'm gonna get you to lie down on your mat completely. Good. Exactly, all right. From here, guys, all you need to do is push your hips up into the sky and then back down 10 times. Now, the trick to that, go ahead. Good, now the trick to this here, guys, is actually making sure that we don't over push our hips into the sky. If you push your hips into the sky and you feel a pinch in your lower back, that means you're hyperextending and you don't need to go that far. Just tuck your chin into your chest and take a look at your knees. When you feel like your hips are in line with your knees and your body is one straight line going up, that's enough, okay? Good, couple more. Big squeeze of the glutes over the bum at the top of the movement and rest. All right, how you feeling? All right, come on back up. All right, that was round one. How you feel?
Good.
Easy peasy, right? So these are some simple movements that you can definitely do rather than just walking around the house or around the block. Incorporate some more movement. You get to work on balance. You get to work on core. You get to work on lower back. And I know that when we're working from home, we're always stationed at a table, and so it just gets tight, you know? So it's nice to just be able to work out on it, strengthen it a little bit, stretch it out, and then we also worked out a little bit on the upper body. Not too much, just a little bit, but we're gonna go for round two. You ready? All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Good mornings is the first exercise. So once again, hands on chest. You have your hands behind your head, hands beside you. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you keep your chest up nice and high. Mom, I'm gonna get you to turn off to the side. Okay. All right. So as we come down, make sure that we don't bend our knees too much, and we're just keeping our chest as proud as possible. Shoulder blades together, and not letting our mid back round out on us. Once you're done, come on back up. Now, my mom paused at the bottom. Keep going. My mom actually paused at the bottom. She probably wants to feel a longer, bigger stretch. That's absolutely fine. If you want, you can keep the tempo to go down as well. But more importantly, make sure that this mid-back doesn't round in on you, okay? Really push your chest out. Have your shoulder blades together. Yes, good. All right. Couple more. Don't let the knees lock out on you. We're going. Couple more times. Last one. We're probably over. That's okay. All right, next up we're going into squats. So having our feet shoulder width apart. Okay, toes can point outwards, and we're just dropping our body straight down like you're sitting on a seat. Good, and back up. Go as low as you can. Thighs parallel to the floor is the maximum. Okay, if you feel at any point in time where your ankles are caving in on you, or if you don't know, just do it in front of a mirror and you can see. Make sure your heels don't creep up, and if that feels uncomfortable, that just means your hips are way too tight, so you're gonna have a wider stance. You're gonna point your toes further out so that you can really sit down on the heels, you can drive upwards, okay? Good. Come down as low as we can. Two more. Last one. All right, we're gonna go into wall push-up. So all the way against the wall. We're going, and here we go. Pointing the elbows about 45 degrees away from our body. Good, making sure that we drive the elbows back. Excellent. Now, once again, if this is too easy, take a step away from the wall. The further away your feet are from the wall, the harder it becomes. Good. Got a couple more here, about like 4 more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Shake that off. Once again, if that was too easy, go ahead and start doing push-ups on the floor. That's no dramas. Next up, we are doing a kneeling bird dog. So we're gonna go back down onto our knees. All right, off we go. We're kicking. Opposite hand and opposite leg comes up and down. Good. We're working on core, we're working on balance here. For those of you who feel like, yo, Mace, this is way too easy. Rather than doing it on your knees, go into a high plank position. Okay, so you're on your toes now, and you're doing the exact same thing. Okay, you're on your toes. Try to find that balance. Don't let that body swing around, wobble. Good, we want our body to be one straight line, okay? Last but not least, we're doing hip thrusters. So on the floor, we're lying down. You can have your hands down here beside you for support. We're pushing the hips up, big squeeze of the glutes at the top, and then back down. Good, excellent. A little higher if you can, Mom. Yep, that's it. That's the maximum point, okay? 2, 3, 4, good. 5, you're halfway and then we're done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Well done. Guys, that was it. That was the workout for today with my mom. Thank you so much for joining me. It wasn't too difficult for my mom, and honestly, like I said, she does a bit of stretching, she walks around a little bit, but she doesn't really do workouts. So yeah, she did great. She thought it was pretty easy, so we're gonna turn it up a notch on the next one. Now, what I've worked out for her is a 3-day plan throughout the week. So she'll just be doing 3 sets of different workouts throughout the week, and then we're gonna try to do it for a couple weeks. See how she gets on, see how she feels. Hopefully it's for the better. But until next time, guys, peace.